G'day guys, welcome to, hang on, wrong spot. G'day guys, how's it going? Welcome to Man Cave Tuesday. Hope you all had a ripple week. So what do we got going on in this video? Do a bit of an update on the Gunya Tent. Franky drops by on his DR650. Pooky, the bloody little menace. Go for a walk in the rain. I grab MAX the DR650. We go for a bit of a ride in the bush and we build a fire. All right, where are we going? Gunya Tent. Rightio guys, so I've just put this Gunya tent up. Matt came around and I just wanted to show him how easy and simple this bloody tent was. He was quite impressed with it, especially with those buckles and stuff. Anyway, there was a lot of people on that video that I did on the Gunya tent. I mentioned about this pipe here. You can see that, just a pipe. What this is for is if one of your poles happen to bust, you can use that to repair it. I think it's a temporary repair kind of like thing to have in there, so a handy little thing. Now another thing that a lot of people told me was, because I was saying, I'll show you. A thing I didn't like was, if I put this bloody camera down, somewhere that you can see what I'm doing, this here, this is the ground sheet, and I was saying that it went into this little doohickey there and it was a bit clunky. Well, quite a few people said you put it around the bottom of the pole there like that, and hey presto, that works brilliant. So thank you to everybody that explained that to me, including that pipe. I am a smarter man now. Rightio guys, so we've got Franky's come from Dandenong.
Yeah, Dandenong.
And he stayed here in Bendigo last night, and he's heading up to Packsaddle, which is up past Broken Hill. So he's dropped in, we've had a cuppa, and we've got a DR650. All right, so Franky, tell us about, what have you done to this thing? So did you buy this brand new?
Yeah, bought it brand new from Peter Stevens.
Oh, right, yep.
Yeah, and just stick a bash plate. I put, I did these, I took the, made these up, just fabricated them so that it takes away the cushiness, because I like my pegs nice and sturdy, so I can actually get good feedback from the ground.
Okay. Yep.
Well, I suppose the obvious, you know, the pannier racks, DG exhaust. It's actually not too loud. It's really nice. It's you know, just a bits and pieces.
So that's Barrett. Is that the Barrett one?
That's a DG.
No, sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, they're the Barrett. Yep.
Pannier racks?
Yep. And
you've done that mount thing.
That's a B&B.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Aftermarket. Thingamajiggy.
Oh, cool.
I left the lights. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
If they break, then I'll replace them with LEDs or something. Yeah, just a B&B. You know.
Chain guard.
Chain guard. I've got the suspension reworked.
I must admit, I didn't like those when I seen them on the site, but that doesn't look too bad.
Is that the
chain guard?
Oh, the chain guard, yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was going to look a bit clunky,
yeah.
But that doesn't look too bad actually, sitting there like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got obviously all the...
Yeah, the only thing I noticed with yours is got the lip at the back.
Yeah, I do, like yeah.
And this one doesn't, which I'm kind of spewing, because I'm not going to be able to get my buckles through that.
No, oh, right, yeah.
I'm kind of spewing. I mean, I'll be able...
well, that's one thing I've noticed. Yeah. These are all nice and smooth. On mine, they weren't smooth, they were sharp. I had to file them.
Oh, okay.
So they didn't cut on the straps.
Right, well, there you go. It's, I think that's a J&S engineering product thingamajig. I can't remember now what brand it was. I've changed the sprocket to a 14 tooth.
Yep.
Feels much better down low. You got a little bit more control for slower riding.
Yeah.
You
got the inline fuel filter?
Oh yeah, just one of those, you know.
Yeah, nice.
That'll do.
Yeah, that
does the job. I've got some spare hose just in case something happens, and you know.
Yeah.
Remember to turn that off. 25 litre fuel tank. I've got these the
case savers.
Case savers. That was a real pain in the ass to get on, like
Yeah.
we all know.
Yep, messy job.
It took forever to do, but we got it done in the end.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything to the jets, nothing like that.
No,
No
yeah.
refueling. As soon as I stuck the pipe on, I started her up, and there's no backfire, no major popping, nothing. So
Yeah.
it's quite good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to muck around with it.
So I see you've got some. Now, obviously, you are a man of short stature.
Certainly, yeah.
Yep. So how tall are you?
About last time I measured was about 163 centimetres. So
Yeah.
I don't know what that would translate to.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I'm pretty short.
So you've done a lot. So you've lowered it with the linkage there.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
had that done. The front forks, we
Yep.
can see just in there, they have been dropped down, and you had all the internals
Yeah,
done
they've
to
been
suit.
done as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And then you've had the shock absorber revalved and a stiffer spring.
That's
Is
correct.
that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all been modified to my weight. Taking into consideration, it's 25 litres of fuel and about roughly around 10 to 15 kilos at the most at the back. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, and that was the other thing, you had that.
Oh, and the seat.
And
yeah.
the seat.
I've just got a seat concepts.
Yeah.
So it looks a lot lower than it really is because it's been tied down a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah,
But,
yeah. So can you put flat feet?
No, still not.
No.
Yeah.
Just for the guys, let's. So I'm 6 foot. Can you guys see us there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a short ass.
Yeah.
That's okay.
all right.
As long as I can get my feet on the ground a little bit, you know.
Yeah,
that's
so you
fine.
can tippy toe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's my as long as I can get a foot flat on one side, just nicely, and that'll
That's
do
it.
me.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Cool.
fine. Obviously, you got your bark busters. You know.
Oh, that's
That's a Parabillium or something like that screen. Can't remember the name of it.
That's actually not a bad looking bloody screen, actually.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I like it because it's a bit more up, so it deflects the wind a bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not an expert at
No.
aerodynamics or anything like that. I don't really care. It's more for just a bit of looks as well.
Yeah, and it does. It puts that, what I call the Dakar look.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, put some stickers on it. You know.
it.
What else have I done
That's
here?
a beefy looking bloody.
Oh yeah.
So do you make up all this bracket?
Yeah, I made these brackets.
Yeah.
That's just some aluminium from Bunnings.
Yeah.
Good old Bunnings.
Yeah.
And I decided to get these and turn them around.
Because that's where your reflectors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the reflectors go. Yep, that's right.
Yeah, that's a really nice, neat looking bloody setup, actually.
Yeah. So I thought, you know, and it's pretty sturdy. You know, it's
Yeah.
These are anti-theft, so you need the key
Oh, right.
to take it off.
Yeah.
But it doesn't still mean someone can still come and
Yeah.
come around. But it's quite difficult to get in there.
Yeah.
With, but.
So you've got all the chains and
Oh, yeah.
but he's got anti-lock bloody shit going on here and everywhere. That's because he lives in Melbourne.
Yeah, I know.
You got to deal with
you
that
gotta,
stuff.
Yeah,
That's it.
Other than that, what else? On
You
top?
got up the top, and you got a what do you call it? The oil bloody radiator thing.
Oh
guard?
yeah, the oil protector, and I've got a steering dampener.
Oh, you
as
got one of those on.
The rally
I still
motor.
got mine. I'm hopeless. I still haven't done mine.
Oh yeah, they're quite easy to put on.
Yeah.
It's quite simple. It's
Yeah.
I've got it on the softest setting at the moment. That's fine for me.
So the softer setting means that if you hit something, what does it mean?
I think it means that it's that the bars are not going to be as stiff when you get into a wobble.
Yep. So it's counteracting more being softer. Because that's the whole thing. If the wheel does that,
Yep.
your handlebars don't do that. Because that's what happens. If you don't have anything, when your wheel goes that way, your handlebars go that way.
Yeah.
So if it's softer, it means...
It's going to be a bit more looser. So I'll put it this way: if I harden that up a bit,
Yep.
it just means it's supposed to eliminate more of the wobble. So the
more-
harder the wobble, the more that's going to come into play
Yeah, right.
to
Okay.
stiffen the bars up a bit.
Yeah.
So I've just left it on soft because, you know, I'm not doing anything crazy.
Yeah.
I suppose the faster you go out in the desert or whatever, then you might want to crank it up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's got about 18 clicks, or I can't remember now.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, you know, you got your USB thing there. Just got down. I got that from. I can't remember now. J-Car.
Oh yeah.
Just stuck one of those on.
Yeah.
I got my Garmin InReach Explorer, which just sits in there, and you know, obviously, charges or whatever. That there, what I've got there is obviously it's a RAM mount, which goes all the way here, and I can get my tablet, which sits here.
Oh.
It'll sit right here. I can still read my speed.
Yeah.
It's an 8-inch tablet.
Yeah.
And
just an Android one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Samsung. It's fully sealed in a case. You know, if it rains and all that.
Yeah.
And I've got Aussie Explorer app on it, which got all my maps. I can bring up whatever map I want on it.
Yeah.
And all these other fandangle things that you might want to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Whatever. Just some grips and.
I know.
Yeah.
You'll be out there in the middle of the desert and you want to watch Man Cave Tuesday.
That's it, mate. That's it. The only problem is I won't have any internet.
No.
Yeah. So,
cool.
You know, I mean, obviously I've got the lock thing there, and and that's it, really.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. All right.
So there you go. That's a. So what model is that?
18.
2018.
Yeah.
What do you got on?
What?
How many Ks?
80 kilometres.
That's all you got on it?
Yeah.
How's that?
I'm still running it in. That's why I'm coming out here, just to run it in.
Yeah, cool.
I'll bring a change of oil, so yeah.
Yeah, right. So Franky's, so you're heading up to Pack Saddle. Pack Saddle is after Broken Hill, and it's on the way to Tibera, and from Tibera, so you're going to leave the car there.
Yeah.
Jump on the bike, head up to Tibera, and then follow the road from Tibera to Cameron's Corner, come all the way back, and then you'll move on to South Australia.
Yeah, move
you'll
on.
work out where you're going to go from there.
Lyndhurst, Udnadatta track.
Yeah.
If the Birdsville track opens up the other half, I'll do Birdsville track and see how I go. Possibly even go further north. Who knows?
Yeah. That's it. That's how you do it. Well, you have a plan, but then you leave it open to change. Yeah.
Anything can happen.
All right.
Alrighty.
Cool bananas. Back to the man cave. Yeah, we're laughing at you. I suppose it's good to see she's still got it in her. What are you doing? Bloody hell, guys, just out for a morning walk in the rain. This dam was practically empty about a week ago. Didn't think we've had that much rain, but yeah, crazy. And so I'm just at the park just up the road from me, and look at all the green grass. I've got to say, it does look great. Normally, and I've had this discussion with Alistair before, I like all the brown, it's a bit like the desert stuff. And I remember Alistair saying, yeah, but he does like the green. And I tell you what, I must agree with him. Having the green come back again is a good thing. Oh, dear. It's not too cold today, actually. What a bad day. So, how's shit going in your life? Upsy topsy turvies, ups and down. You cruising, having a wow of a time. Well, I'm in the, what am I in? I'm in the okay stage of ups and downs. Is that what we call it? The stage of, I don't know. I'm in the okay thing. Not doing bad, not doing fantastic, just okay. Waiting for a few issues to bloody finalise. Crew guys will know what I'm talking about. But can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I suppose I can then, yeah, just kind of catch up on a lot of the bits and pieces that I wanted to get done and where I wanted to be, especially with the YouTube bloody putting out videos and all that kind of stuff. Oh, there's a young fella in the pipe there. Hey, I wonder, this could be a bloody challenge, you know. I don't know if you can see that that pipe. I used to walk across that pipe. Part of my balance training. Should be wet and slippery. We might try and get across it. I haven't done it for ages. Actually, we might start at the start here. Oh, there's a tree that goes across it now. Let's see if I can actually make it when it gets to the... Oh, I feel pretty wonky, guys. Pretty bloody wonky. Hasn't fallen yet. We might go to... We'll just cheat, eh? Whoa. Alright. Oh. Yo, Jesus, I'm all... Oh, look at that. See, that is your brain. That is your brain. So, where it was close to the ground, didn't have a problem. Started going up where it was, and it's not far off it, but my brain started going, oh no, 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 you're gonna fall and break a hip mark. And the brain, it's your brain that screws you over. Nuts. And that's the whole thing, like with on motorbikes. Confidence is such a key thing. If you don't have the confidence, doesn't matter if you've got the skill, if you lose your confidence, everything goes out the bloody window. Look at this. We've actually got some new graffiti. I'm trying to read what it is. Is that CAME? So C-A-M-E? Or is it game? Because why would you put CAME? And the tag is Snow Worry. Yeah, don't get it. As with most of the graffiti, I'm sure to them it has some cool, crazy, bloody meaning. To me, it's just, I don't know. It's cool. A lot of the stuff's cool. I don't mind it when, like, this has always had graffiti and they cover over it, and like other graffitis, they keep going over each other's. I don't mind it in places like this. It's kind of like tucked away. It's not, you know, when you're on the main road or see, I just don't get this shit, you know. There's no need to kind of like do it on bits and pieces like that. I mean, there's no need to do it anywhere, but well, let's youth. Will we say the youth? The youth will do. I was young once too. Yeah, that's all part of growing up. You've got to go through all the stages of life and do all the silly bits and pieces. Not, you know, obviously there's exceptions to the rule, and not everybody goes through that. Some people wake up and they're an adult from day one. Some of those people can be very annoying. But I'm a firm believer that you know, you've got to let kids go through the stages. What I think now, I can't expect my kids to think that in their head, or to totally miss those experiences that they're having, like I did when I was young, growing up. Yeah, and I see that with my old man. His thought process now that he's, you know, 70, 74, you know, I don't want to have those thought processes. Life would be bloody boring. I wouldn't do anything because I'd be trying to stash away me money for retirement. So yeah, and obviously you know, there's certain things you shouldn't do as a kid, and you've got to be reprimanded for. You know what I mean. You blokes that watch me, you're all level-headed. You're not ning-nongs. Oh, I reckon the rain's given up. It's given up on me. Righto. Back to the Mac. Wait. Hang on, we might see a train. Well, let's just sit here like a bloody idiot and see if a train comes past. I reckon it's coming. You're just going to have to sit there, waste your life away watching me sit here crouched, waiting for a train to go past. There it is. Crazy. All the people, most probably heading down to the big smoke, down to Melbourne. Righto, get down from here. Righto, now back to the man cave. Would you look at the green grass, eh? It really sets off that bloody picket fence. Rightio guys, what we're doing out here, let's see if we can build a fire a decent way. You guys might get some tips out of it. Most of you guys will be bloody good fire builders. I reckon I am. And I'm just going to give you my thoughts on it. Now I suppose you guys saw this. I thought you might want to have a look inside. Oh, that doesn't go very far. I don't know. I don't know how deep a fox den would go. Your guess is as good as mine. Righto, let's get to the fire. Rightio guys. Now, one thing that I reckon I am bloody good at, and that is getting a fire going. Now that's whether it's out in the open like this, or it's in a fire pit, or it's in a fire, like a heater, like at home. The one thing that I've learnt with building a fire, and something that I see a lot of people do wrong, the right thing to do is make sure that your fire has lots of oxygen. And the way to do that is to start off small, use the thin stuff, then you get bigger and bigger and bigger, but just keep that aerated until it gets a nice big coal base. Once it's got a big coal base, then you can just sit a big lump of bloody something on it, and it'll smoulder, and you know, it'll just keep burning once you've got that full bite. But what a lot of people do is they just smother the fire. They just keep putting bloody bits and pieces on when you've just first started it, and that just, you know, you kill the bloody fire, and then you've got to start over again, or it just smokes like bloody crazy. As you build that fire, the less amount of smoke that you've got, the better. That means you've got a healthy fire and it's burning at its most optimum point. All right, so I think it's about 16 degrees here. We've had a bit of rain. You most probably caught bloody raindrops on the lens. It's not raining at the moment. So the stuff around here is going to be a little bit wet, but it's not going to be soaking wet, I don't think. And there's plenty of lots of small twigs. So grass, anything that's long and thin is brilliant. Things like leaf, even when you start to break up the leaf and then you put it down, it's I don't know if you've ever put bloody paper and you don't tear up the paper, or cardboard in a fire, and it just smothers the fire. So rather than I wouldn't use leaf. I would try and use dry grass or really small, this type of stuff. So I'm just going to use all this small stuff. I do have if you've got a fire lighter, any type of fire lighter, and a Bic, you really can't go wrong. But I'm not going to be using that. We'll sit that right there. Let's get some bloody stuff sorted. Rightio. So I just picked up the twigs and stuff around here. They are a little bit wet because we have had a fair amount of rain come in Bendigo. I didn't think. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This should still work. So we want air. I'll put a couple of little twigs down there and then put littler ones on top. So that's going to give plenty of air. So I'm going to just try and get this started. Oh, so you guys can see. So I might have to do it this way. Obviously burning twigs is going to be a lot longer than having a bit of grass, but I just wanted to show that you can get this going just by doing it with twigs. Oh, a little bit harder than I thought. Need me other bloody lighter. All right, that's me pull-out lighter. I'm not going to stuff around. I don't want to be out here all bloody day. I'm just now going to use this. The wood's just too wet. I needed some grass, and there's not much bloody grass around here anyway. So let's just say you've got a fire lighter of some description or some nice bloody dry grass. Give that a light like that. I mean, this, you just can't get it. Oh, you can't get it wrong. You don't have to panic. This is going to have plenty of flame in it to get this all going. Put your small sticks on it. And I don't just dump everything on it. You just go around bit by bit. Like that. And I suppose what I'm ending up doing is building a little bloody teepee. But doing it like this makes sure that that air is flowing into it, and then as you're laying this stuff around, at the moment the wood that's getting laid on top is drying out, and then it'll start burning up. I'm no expert, guys, but this is just what I do, and I figured this is what's happening. So what we'll do, because I don't want to bloody waste your time, we'll start going in fast motion. I'll be able to tell you how long this went for by the video. I was looking for my phone, but it's in the tank. The tank bag. So normally, if the wood wasn't wet, we wouldn't have any of that smoke. This would be just pretty much clear doing it like this, but because the wood's wet, that's when you get that, that smoke. And that's another thing I do if the wood's wet. As you're building the fire, normally when it gets a little bit more than this, because that's not going to do much bloody for drying the wood, but I'd put the big bits and pieces that are wet, just lie them around the fire like that, and that'll dry them out. Oh. So basically what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get that coal base, which will then just keep this bloody chugging along. Because at any stage up until now, or even now, if I was to walk away, this could go out, without a doubt. But I'm pretty happy with that now. So what you might have seen me, I actually squashed that down because it was getting too much air and the wood was too far off the coals. So once I knew it was going pretty well, I just pushed all that down so that it's closer to the coals. Within it, just this is right now. Oh, geez, I'm falling down the cliff. Put this stuff on here, try and bloody dry it out. Don't know what you guys were seeing, but if you look in there, you can see you've got a real good coal base in there now. Well, not a real good, it's like relieving this fire for the minute. Rightio, I might I'll actually get some little twigs just to get this going a little bit quicker. I wouldn't be normally blowing as much as I am. Just trying to make this real quick. Get some stuff, then I'll get the bloody coffee out. Well, there you go, guys. That is now going perfectly. There's a nice strong coal base there. It's not overloaded because you can tell that there's not much smoke because obviously the wood that's on there is drying out as it's going through. That's a good fire. You can walk away, obviously not too long because I've got to put bigger bloody stuff on it. And but yeah, that's sweet. Cheers. Nice cup of coffee. Oh yeah, some good bloody heat coming off that. So, like I keep saying, I'm no expert, but I do know how to make a fire. And that is make sure you got plenty of oxygen, start off small, have a fire lighter because in times when the wood's all wet, you're gonna need to do that. Just do that little TP and just don't dump it all on, just bit by bit by bit and just keep going. If you have to, blow on it to get those coals burning and roaring and heating up the rest of the wood. You just can't go wrong. So I don't know how long that took. That wasn't too long actually, but it did take a little bit. I had to tend to it to get it to this point. And that was purely because the wood was too wet. I should have made sure I got the stuff that wasn't on the ground. But it was a good test, and it was good to see that, you know, you can't always just get a lighter and think you're going to bloody do the twigs and get it going. So, you know, having some source of fire lighter, or, you know, cotton wool or whatever the hell you bloody want to use. I'm rambling. So give us some of your tips. If you got some tips, if you reckon you're a good fire builder, which I reckon most of you guys that watch my shit, I reckon you'd be pretty switched on with it. But there's always people out there that just never had the opportunity to do it or to, you know, to hone the skills, because you don't just learn it. Someone doesn't just tell you how to do it like I've just done, and then you go and say, yeah. You know, you learn a little bit of a process. It's a living, breathing beast of a thing, it is. And you've got to tame it. Bloody warm. So yeah, if anybody's got some tips, better ways to do it, if there's not the TP style, which is what I do, yeah, drop it in the comments. Here's a challenge for you. How can I do it without getting a 2-minute video? If someone wants to do a bloody 2-minute video of starting a fire, whether it's in your backyard or bloody down at the park, or as long as you can have a fire at the park. Yeah, do a 2-minute, like a just quick bloody thing of doing it. and I'd be interested to see that. Righto guys, I think it's time to get back to the bloody man cave. Rightio guys, before we go to the bloody man cave, I just thought I like to keep doing stuff like this. It's the idea of not leaving a trace, cleaning up after yourself, don't leave any rubbish. If you've created a fire like this in a natural environment where there wasn't another fireplace, clean it up. So, let's do that. Oh yeah, I reckon I've seen, there it is. Nice bit of bloody water. Oh, there's some manky stuff on there, whatever that is. Crazy how much heat, like that's hot, that's nearly not touchable. That's just the ground is so heated up. Oop. Well, there you go guys, so that is now all cleaned up. I'll tell you what, it's getting a bit bloody woolly out here. I wonder what time it is. Getting a bit dark. So it's 4:50. Oh geez, can you see that screen? 4:51. No, 12.2 degrees Celsius. So yeah, all this is all cleaned up. Obviously you can see where all the water was, but I just basically spread it all out and you wouldn't even know there was a fireplace there. Oh, definitely getting a bit bloody windy around here. Sure it's going to start pissing down any bloody time. So there you go. So this isn't far from my place as per usual, just ducked up the north end of Big Sister Alley. Took a track off, found this spot. Bob's your uncle. Righto, now we can go back to the man cave. Cool. There you go guys, that's Man Cave Tuesday done for another week. Hope you all enjoyed it. Now, I will hopefully this week have a video on the two Hauka tents. So that's the Hauka 2 and the Hauka 3. It'll be one video with those two side by side and showing the new updates that they've done to it. Rightio, remember, keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on keeping on.